Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hush Hallows, a Monster of the Week story here on Dice Priority. We are back for episode 18. Hi. My dog decided to interrupt me. Couple quick channel. Oh, I'm Matthew Foreman. I will be playing, a character tonight of sorts. And they are an expert. Maybe, if they play, and if I get to play them, we'll see. You just never know. Everyone could die, and this could be the last episode.
Yeah.
Couple quick channel announcements before we get started. You should be on the lookout for a little bit of a thing. I soft teased it last night. I'll soft tease it again. We are going to be bringing you a new story in Gishari, in the world of Edda. That will be a new story, but in canon with Ghost in the Machine. It's going to be called something, and it's going to be taking place with different characters at different places, with different systems. The first system we're going to show you is Strike, and then the system after that will be the Resistance system, which brings you games like Heart and Spire. Be on the lookout for those on Wednesday nights, coming at you this month and the next, and we're using those to kind of figure out what we want to do for Ghost in the Machine. So, yeah, and we're still taking suggestions. You just never know. You just never know what we're gonna do. We're just a wild bunch. And Community Theater is on October 18th for the Alien RPG, and I'll let Alexis talk about the Witchy Halloween stuff. Twitchy Halloween. Speaking of which, Hector, Maria.
Hello, I'm Maria. I use they and she pronouns. You can find me at Happy Capture on Twitter, and tonight I am playing Hector Bartholomew, who uses he and him pronouns, and also uses the Mad Scientist playbook, and is going on a walk in the woods with Sheriff. It's fine. Alexis.
Hello, that's me. I'm Alexis. You can find me at VoxFinato on Twitters and such, and here, where I do things like graphic design and be Darlene, who I will be playing this evening, who uses the Hex playbook and is a blood witch, and uses she, her pronouns as us, just like I do. So, about the Twitchy Halloween stuff, Emma and I are very excited to announce that we will be beginning a lovely little series of watch parties called Grand Hags Watch. And our schedules are a little bit wonky at the moment, so they will be happening kind of as we can. But please stay tuned on our socials for what movies we will be watching and when. It's gonna be, it'll be lovely, spooky nonsense and horrifying stuff that mostly Emma has seen, but I have not. And we will be adding some Grand Hag commentary. So get ready for that. And we have more news coming down the pipeline soon. Emma.
That's right. Matthew's correct. I have made all horror movies ever. So, hello, I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. You can find me here on Tuesdays, and you can also find me over at Mythos Mystery Society. And today I am playing Lucy Doe, who uses she, her pronouns, as do I. Don't remember if I said that. And she uses the Monsters playbook. And yes, please join us for our watch parties. We will be highly critical. Class will be in session. We expect PowerPoint presentations upon finishing them. That's me. Ty?
I'm Ty. I use he, him pronouns. I am the keeper for this evening. You can find me here. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter and at Mythos Mystery Society, where we just finished up our one-shot campaign that Chris ran. That'll be up on YouTube and podcast eventually. Last time on Hush Hallows, are we ready? Do you want to do a recap or we want to do the video? I don't know if we talked about this. We good with the recap?
Go for it.
Cool. Last time on Hush Hallows, the hunters found themselves down in a small tunnel and cave, battling a mysterious lumberjack mascot from Hector's past. Things were looking pretty dire after some poor rolls and choices, but they all eventually made it out by the skin of their teeth, busting through the back door of a shed, bleeding heavily. Made their way into the woods to try to get out of this situation. They made their way back to Nana's, where a large portion of the police, including Sheriff Ernest Honeycuff, were waiting for them, as Hector Bartholomew had several warrant out for his arrest for arson and reckless endangerment. Hector went in to the police station and talked to Ernest a little bit, eventually convinced him to go into the woods and try to find the corpse of the taking tree to prove that the supernatural exists. While Oak decided to be checked into a hospital to recover from his many, many wounds. Darlene and Lucy accompanied him before he said he needed to just be alone and rest, and sent a message to someone unknown. So when we resume this evening, darkness is rapidly approaching Hush Hallows. Afternoon slowly turning into evening, as Lucy and Darlene leave Silent Heart Hospital. Where do the two of you head?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure we would probably go to. Can you stop the bread and breakfast?
The bread and breakfast.
Bread and breakfast.
The wake and bake.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
The Dutch baby land.
Yeah. You walk through town. People are still. It's a Saturday night or Saturday evening now. People are around, taking in the sights and shopping along Main Street, drinking at Wood.
You said it's what day and time?
Saturday. It's Saturday now. It has just become evening, so probably like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Saturday.
All this has happened in a single morning and afternoon.
This is you guys woke up and went there. It is now nighttime.
I think that probably wasn't wise, but here we are.
But you guys make your way, taking the El Camino, which now Darlene is in the possession of, to the Wake and Bake. There is a note out on the front door that says, "Be back soon," and it's a hang 10 drawn hand, and it says Roji. But it's unlocked. The door is unlocked. What do you two do? You're now in the Wake and Bake alone Saturday evening.
How are you doing, Lucy?
Fine, except for the fact that we didn't kill the lumberjack.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel great, but...
I also don't feel great, and I'm also not thrilled that we didn't finish dealing with that. And I'm worried that, I don't know... Keeper, how do magical bindings work if the building that you bound it within is burned down?
It's a fantastic question.
Oh, God. Oh, no. I sure forgot about that.
You don't feel entirely confident. I will give you that. Your level of confidence is not 100% about that situation.
Awesome.
So, just before we really do anything else, I think it might be prudent if I try to ward this place from that lumberjack.
If that's a thing you can do, that would be probably a great idea.
Well, I'm going to try. Here goes nothing.
Or everything.
Okay, it's good. It's a 13. And, oh wait, I advanced use magic, so...
Ooh, very good. I will give you some added benefit. What? Yeah, you don't have to choose a glitch or anything. It works, and you're doing the bar, a place or a portal to a specific person, or yeah. And you're barring. You are. What does it look like? How are you protecting the wake and bake from the lumberjack?
It's kind of the same as it was before. My hands move in a bunch of intricate symbols, and these runes in the shape of an axe sort of form on the doorway, and sort of I see them, but I don't think they're visible to like anyone else. I think is how it works, just in my head at least.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that.
Just looking up, I'm trying to remember what I get from having it that advanced.
I have it. It's that I give you. I'm 12 plus. I will give you some added benefit, which I have. I'm not sure I'll tell you right now, but there is I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, you do this. You create the runes. You see the axe kind of shimmer and fade on the front door, and that's all you feel currently. You feel the magic spread through the wood of this building, and you feel safe currently.
Okay. So now that that's done, could I bend your ear for a moment? Do you have some energy for that?
Let me check. Yes, I think I'm fine.
That thing can like drain energy, right? Or at least it could before I shut it down.
Yep.
Is that similar to how you operate?
Did it feel similar to me? Okay.
It felt similar.
Okay. As far as I can tell.
How do you go about what is that like for you? If you don't mind my asking.
Do you mean like how does it feel? Or like what happens?
I think a little of both.
Well, really depends on what I'm doing. It's either my job and it is typically peaceful and I tend to feel a little bit better afterwards. Or it's a bit more feral and I don't have much of a choice and it's a little bit aggressive. And then it's just trying to hide a body. I mean, that's a simplified version.
When I was shutting down that element of its abilities, I think I told you, but everything was chaotic. I saw through its being. I don't know that it has eyes, but and I could see the runes and everything within it. And I think I know how it does what it does.
You mean stealing life?
Uh-huh. And I think that I could do it if I tried.
How do you feel about that?
Unclear. I think, are you able to take from things that are inhuman?
Clarifying question, because we talked about this.
Sure,
and
we did.
My brain is not great these days.
Okay.
What was the conclusion of that? That I don't have much experience with that. Is that right?
So I think we talked about perhaps in the backstory, or when a long time ago you asked that as a clarifying question, and you didn't really have much experience with it. In recent days, maybe like 4 days ago, you have, and it felt bad. You did it. You drained the
the
taken
tree.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But it did not feel good to do that. You did heal.
Okay.
You did feel better physically, but it also turned your stomach, and
Okay.
I think you had to pass a test at some point. But
my head hurt, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You can. That is an option of things that you can do. I absolutely do not recommend it. I don't recommend it. Like, if you're thinking of doing that to that thing, I mean, by all means, make your choices. But
I mean, I would like to have that choice be a little bit more informed, if that's okay. If you have...
I mean, I have very little on this. I can tell you from experience that when I did that to the tree, it helped, but it was very painful. It did not make me feel good. It is not something I would like to ever do again.
Oh, well, that's not great.
No.
Okay.
Because it's a life force that you want to take, and those aren't necessarily life forces anymore. They're something different. And whatever is inside that really gross suit, that is not something you want inside of you.
Right, okay. So just actual life forces that are pretty much human.
That's what my experience is. That's what I do.
Okay.
Which is funny since I'm dead. It's kind of ironic.
It is, now that you mention it. How do you know how much you're taking?
You mean, like, well...
Matthew's a little shit in chat.
It's equal to the harm that you do. Well, since I work with that, I'm aware of if I'm going to keep doing this, it will take them. And typically with humans, they are weak. And so it doesn't take much. So if you think that you want to try and learn to balance how much you're taking, I wouldn't use humans as your test source. I don't know what else you'd want to use, because that's really your only option to feed on. But it's definitely something. Just be prepared for perhaps death.
What about raccoons?
I have never eaten a raccoon, so I couldn't tell you. I have only fed on humans, so if you would like to venture down that road, saluti patootie.
You know, it seems like that should be more helpful than it is. Not you or your advice or insights, but rather the magical effect.
I think you're just going to have to try it.
We'll see. It's been a long time since I've hesitated before doing something.
Well, this is literally holding the balance of life and death in your hands. Quite directly, and not indirectly. So you should hesitate, because that is a important part of existence. And non-existence.
Yep. Well, I think I'd be hesitating a lot less if it were something that would be more of a toolkit option against the inhuman. You know, monstrous trees that suck the life out of things is one thing. People is another. So, but it is possible to take some and not all.
Have I ever had that experience with humans, Ty? Where I can balance how much I'm taking? You're muted.
I don't know if you've tried that. I don't know if you've has Lucy ever done that? Has she ever tried that? That could be something I would take it either way.
You know, she might have, like, in her, when she reached her theoretical mid-teens, like, after a few years of doing it and being like, I don't know that I like this. Is there a way for me to only do half of it? And I feel like it probably didn't work in her favor.
Okay, then either the consequence would have either been that she couldn't control it and had to take everything, or she only took a little bit but wasn't either satiated by, like, when she tried to do it fairly. Yeah, those would be the two. Either or. Which one is it?
I think it was... I'm having visions of Hocus Pocus in my head. I'm guessing that she wasn't satiated.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what it is.
So I'll relay that to Darlene.
Okay.
Do you think that that's because of the nature of your existence? Or do you think that would be the same in my situation?
I don't know why you'd be taking... I mean, why would you be taking the life force from someone to heal yourself?
It can work that way, right?
Well, yes. But if you're just taking it to take it, I don't know what kind of impact that would have on you. Because it goes somewhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It goes to you.
Right. But I don't have the occupational requirements that you do.
I would call it more of a hazard, but yes. Try it on small animals. Can you keep an antelope alive? There aren't antelopes around here, but, you know, I'm not from here, so I don't know. And I don't know how something heals if you only take part of their life force.
This knowledge is not as useful as I thought it would be.
Welcome to the incredibly muddy and difficult world of death.
I should say it's not practically as useful as I had hoped it would be for us.
You never know. There might be a moment where you're desperate.
That is true.
Or maybe you'll learn how to funnel it somewhere else. Now that would be a feat. And highly dangerous, I think. And perhaps stupid, but it's a possibility.
think Darlene is sort of staring off into space for a minute. Clearly, the wheels in her head turning, and then kind of comes back to Yeah. Okay. Well, that's given me a lot to think about. Thank you. I think this is one of those rare occasions where I will not pull this into my arsenal right away.
Smart. And
We have enough reason for the sheriff to be knocking down our door.
Well, Hector's a great distraction right now, frankly. And Lucy will get up and start looking around in the kitchen to make something.
It's a lot of vegan food. He's got coconut flour, those fake egg substitute. What are you making?
She's like nothing based on the face that she's making.
He does have eggs too. He makes Dutch babies.
I mean, for Lucy, she doesn't really need this. She's really looking to Darlene for something that she might want.
What does Darlene eat for comfort food? You'd know. She's been traveling for a while.
I think Darlene has actually enjoyed the Dutch babies.
Dutch babies, it is.
But in terms of Darlene's comfort food, I would say you will see her go to chocolate pudding.
So Lucy will start making chocolate pudding and locating the Dutch babies, and she'll probably make a pot of tea.
Excellent. All right, and the scene fades as you are cooking and discussing newfound powers, and we go across town. Sheriff Ernest Honeycuff parks his cruiser on the edge of the tree line and opens up a door to the back seat, allowing Hector Bartholomew to exit. Dusk has fallen, but people are still out and about this Saturday evening. All right, you said you got something to show me up in these woods?
We'll just kind of like straighten his coat a little bit. I think it's that way.
All right, after you. And he nods, and I need you to roll investigate a mystery, as you have never been to this place before.
I have not seen a weird tree. That's a 5.
Oh, God. Well.
Hey, oh, you know what that did do, though?
Olivia?
I advanced.
That's good. That's
good.
A good thing.
That's gonna help.
You walk around for a while. Like, it's a long time. You pass a man walking on a trail. He's got a long, pointed, reddish beard, a wool beanie, and clothes that seem about 3 sizes too big for his frame. He nods to you as you pass him. And then about 20 minutes later, you pass him again on the trail, and you realize you are lost. He nods to you again, continues to walk. I need you to roll act under pressure.
I'm really good at all of these tasks. Okay. Now, would you believe it if I told you that I rolled a 4?
Serious rap on Hector, guys. I got some bad news.
We're getting there.
Some bad news. Okay. A second. Oh, mark another XP. For all it might matter in a couple seconds. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this works. Hector, okay, that's another flat out failure. Okay. You walk for a long period of time, even longer, and you can see Ernest is getting frustrated. The he has turned his flashlight on, as it is now almost pitch black here. Night has fallen, and your foot catches on a root, and you feel yourself tumble. But when you should be hitting ground, your face first, you don't. You feel your top half, and from pretty much chest up, has fallen into a hole, and you do not see the bottom of it. You feel a hand on the back of your coat, trying to grab and pull you back up as you are beginning to fall into this large, seemingly bottomless hole. What do you do?
I would like to not fall into the hole.
Done. What do you do to not fall in hole?
Okay.
To not fall more into hole.
to not plummet into hole. I guess I would just if I can reach to either of my sides to see if there's like tree root or something, the edge, maybe like a handful of grass or something I can grab to try to like help whatever pull is pulling me out, hopefully.
Yeah.
To get out.
You can roll another act under pressure and we'll see what happens.
Let me grab some different dice. Well, that's great. 11.
Okay, good. So here's what happens combined with the last failure you did. You are reaching with both hands to try to you are basically flailing as your leg is caught under a root, keeping you from falling in entirely. And Ernest Honeycuff's hand on the back of your coat is aiding as well. Both your hands are just flailing, trying to find purchase on something. Your left hand does manage to grab a tree branch, and your right hand grabs something that feels like a root, which begins to twist and intertwine within the mechanics of it, and then it wrenches it out from your socket. You see wires, you see mechanics just shatter and break as this thing pulls your mechanical right hand into this hole.
Oh. I think there's a moment of shock before it hurts really bad. But am I able to?
Yeah, as you kind of found it and stabilize yourself with your left hand,
okay.
And with that, Ernest pulls you the rest of the way up.
Okay.
Whoa,
Okay.
You're right there. It took a little bit of a tumble, it seems.
Hector's gonna look back down the hole.
It is endless. It is just pure black.
Huh. This might not be the best place. And he just kind of keeps glancing towards where his arm was.
He is focusing more. He looks shocked a little bit too, and shines his flashlight down the hole, and he says, "Oh, didn't know this was around here. It's a hazard."
Mm-hmm.
We got a guy for that, and he picks up his walkie, and called you. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe we should move away from the hole.
Oh yeah.
My arm didn't just fall off. There's something.
Oh, he now is noticing your arm. Are you all right?
I have one less arm.
Well, there's not. I mean, you don't seem to be bleeding. You aren't bleeding at all. Are you? I mean, do you need to go to a hospital? What?
No, it's a long story. Something grabbed my arm. It wasn't organic. If that makes my arm it was a prosthetic. But we should go. And he's just kind of not pull the sheriff, but kind of just try to scooch him away from the hole. He
tries to shine his flash. He did shine his flashlight in, but doesn't seem to find anything, and backs up a little bit and picks up his walkie. Says, hey Rick, we got there's a big hole right here in the woods. We're about maybe a mile in. I'm actually a little turned around here.
That's not good. That's not great.
And
That's
he
not good.
begins to look around.
I do the same.
And you both just walk around, or not walk around, kind of turn around trying to get your bearings. Are you just in that same spot by the hole, or are you kind of meandering a little bit, Hector?
I would have stayed close-ish to the hole. I would have loved if the sheriff and I could take like 5 steps away from the hole, but I don't know if the sheriff's going to leave the hole.
He took a couple steps away. Okay. He is calling.
Okay.
He is calling this person.
Yeah, I wouldn't like meander off. I'd maybe take like, a couple of steps around, but nothing.
Okay.
Nothing too far away.
He took a couple steps away, and he takes a couple steps back to him and says, "I mean, we can resume this this search for this odd tree pretty soon here, but I gotta wait for someone to come and section this place off, make sure no passers-by stumble upon this."
I almost thought to ask if I had my gun on me, but that would have been a bad thing to bring with me.
It's also for sure not portable. That's not something you can hide on your body. A 3-arm flame goo gun.
You're not wrong.
I would say, if anything, you could have your syringe on you. That's something you could probably easily hide, and they didn't search you.
Okay, yeah, that's probably in my pocket. I would just put my one good hand just in my pocket, just in case. Just kind of hold on to it, and say, sure, perhaps we should start exiting the woods. It's fairly dark. Instead of waiting in the dark in the woods.
Roll a convince if you'd like.
I would. Oh, I almost picked. There's a mundane one that I want. Oh. What is that? That's charm, yeah? 11.
Yeah, that's very good. He does look looking around and seeing your arm missing too. He goes, I mean, yeah, we should probably hit. I mean, this is obviously there's still some issues with you and us here. But I think we have to. I mean, would you mind waiting he's gonna be out here in 1 minute. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving this place unattended.
Sure. You're in charge.
You wait about 2 minutes, and you see the bright lights of an ATV shining towards you. And on top, you see a man with slick black hair and a ponytail, a razor-thin beard and mustache combo, wearing a long velvet blazer. He takes a step off of the ATV, holds an e-cigarette to his lips, inhales as the tip illuminates a light blue, and exhales a cloud of vape towards you. Rick Dixley, Forest Detective. Now, you know, Rick, you can't say that to people. You are a park ranger. They're going to get the wrong idea.
Hello. Have you,
Nice to meet you. Extends a hand.
I extend my left hand.
He switches the e-cig and then grabs you with his left hand. I am Rick Dixley.
You mentioned that.
I did.
We apparently we have there's a hole here, and it's very big.
His eyes look over the hole.
Have you seen? Has it been here a while?
No, I know these woods like the back of my hand. He goes to his ATV and pulls out 3 orange cones, places them around the hole. I think my work here is done. Sir, and he hops back on his ATV and rides off into the night.
Are they, I'm gonna go over to one of the cones and like kind of look inside of it to see if it has like any sort of magical runes or any sort of like
It's a hollow
obvious.
orange cone
Okay, cool.
about 1.5 feet tall.
I'm sure this is fine.
I mean, Rick does his best. You want to head out? You need to go to Silent Heart.
Go to where? I'm
The
sorry.
Silent Heart. It's a hospital in town.
Well, I mean, it couldn't hurt, probably. That would be great.
All right, and you walk for what seems like longer than it should be. Rick Dixley is already off on his ATV, not providing you with any sort of guidance back to the police cruiser.
What a lovely person.
But after a long amount of time, you do make your way back and begin to head to the Silent Hearts Hospital. And the camera shifts. It is absolutely sweater weather in Port Washington, Wisconsin. A cool wind breezes past a woman who's a visitor here attending the town's legendary Oktoberfest. The smell of Bavarian pretzels, sauerkraut, and beer wafts all around as the sounds from the Bleedin' Brats, a polka and metal fusion band, entertain the crowd. Matthew, what does your character look like? And what is her name? Their name and their pronouns.
Yeah, she, her pronouns. She is so the face claim here is an older Diane Weiss in her 60s. So picture Diane Weiss with, she wears like a black, I meant to look up the terminology for this, but it's essentially she wears like a very simple, like black, almost tunic-like shirt with simple slacks and just like simple dress shoes. She has a single bracelet of gold on one of her arms, and she has a very nice-looking wedding ring. She also, of course, carries a purse with her that is usually some color. Today, it would probably be like a similar gold to her bracelet. And her hair is blonde and about chin length, and it's cut in a kind of a sharp bob. She's just doing some shopping.
What has she bought or eaten at this festival?
She is probably walking around with like a pretzel, and she's bought some red wine.
Solid. She's enjoying the evening. It's around 7 p.m. And she gets a text message that is garbled and seems to be a fair amount of corruption to it. There are characters that seem additional and odd, and there are odd substitutions as well, but it is legible. It is from Oak, and it reads whatever he said last week.
So she gets out like her glasses, looks at her phone. South Dakota? Okay. South Dakota. Right. And she turns to like whoever she was talking to, whoever she was like, the person that was like trying to sell her more things, and she just kind of sets down her pretzel, and like she sets down some money like on the counter, and she walks away.
Okay. Yeah. How does she feel when she gets this text message? What is her emotional state as she receives this?
She is she's afraid, and she is anxious, but also determined.
And what is she driving as she is seemingly heading there pretty straight away?
A Mercedes.
Fantastic. Hops checks out of her local inn in Port Washington, maybe a Airbnb, and begins to drive towards South Dakota, about a 12 to 13 hour drive.
Her name is Martha. I think I forgot to say that, but yeah, her name.
What's her last name? Does she have one?
She does.
Cool. She has one, and that's for sure. Great. Okay, we resume with. Is there anything else Lucy and Darlene do? For the night? Or just enjoy putting in Dutch babies?
It's just the pudding.
I think there's only one way for Lucy to contact Micah, right? And that's through the weird whatever she did. She drew on the wall. Is that it?
Yeah. As far as, yeah. I mean, other than if you guys happen to pass each other or, like, you're in a town that has cell phone reception.
I can't, like, mind meld.
You for sure can't do that. No, you can do the one, like, magic-y trick you learned recently.
Okay. I think she'll probably contemplate that for a minute, and then she won't.
Okay.
And then she stays. I don't think she goes up and goes to bed. She'll stay literally right by that front door, either waiting for a lumberjack to show up outside or Brogy to walk in.
Interesting. Okay. Before we get to that, what does Darlene do?
I think Darlene, this is one of the first times that Darlene has had opportunity and the reason to sit and think about this, but she has known Hector for what, 2 days? 3 days, something
a
like
little
that?
bit longer. It's been about almost a week now because it was before Isabeau, and Isabeau took like 2-3 days of research. It's been about 5 days now, 5 or 6.
Okay. And all this has gone on in the span of the 5 days.
The Isabeau thing happened. It's been about 6 days since you guys started the Isabeau thing, started that process of her. The taking tree was about over a week ago.
Lucy, should we? How do you feel about Hector?
I think he's a brilliant idiot.
I'm feeling, a kind of a way about him just going off with the police there. And the rest of us not doing anything about
There's
it.
Not much that we can do currently. I think we have to wait and see. And I think this is a wait and see situation. Because right now we're split. We're all injured. I don't think there's a whole lot that we can do right now. And frankly, I understand that's important. We do, however, have a poltergeist that is still inside a suit and here on this plane who wants Hector dead. So
right.
That's definitely...
If Hector is still with the police, then that thing is going to have to go through the police to get to him.
Yep. And if he was able to go through us, he's for sure going to go through the police.
And if that happens, there will... The FBI will probably come knocking. And I know you can just sort of dip, but the rest of us sort of are beholden to other societal constraints and flesh bodies that we currently live in.
Are you asking for advice, or are you asking to no longer be in your flesh body? I just want to be clear.
Not that part.
Okay.
I just mean it's going to be easier for you to get yourself clear of this, I think, than the rest of us. I could be wrong, but that's just the way that I understand it.
Here's
And I know we need to heal up and rest, but should we be trying to put ourselves between that thing and the police should that situation occur?
No, not right now. No. I understand that we won't be able to make it through this unless we help each other. However, there are two things that are very important here. And one is that decisions have consequences. And two is that we cannot help if we are not at our strongest. That thing is incredibly powerful. If we try to help now, there will be far more than a few dead police officers and a dead Hector. It will be significantly worse. And I cannot stress enough how stupid it would be of us if we tried to go out there and act like heroes.
Heroes wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but yes, I see your point.
We also cannot do this just the two of us. That thing took down 4 of us? Nearly.
Okay.
2 of us against it is...
Yeah, I was
That's
sort of
a
thinking
loss.
that. Thank you. I just needed that reinforced in my head. That if it comes down to it and the FBI show up, then that's just how it is.
And we'll deal with it. I
We
won't
just can't
just bounce.
do a
but
whole lot else instead of that.
I think we need a good night's... I think you need a good night's rest. I need to just not work for a bit. And I think tomorrow we can look at our options and see how we're feeling and go from there. But trying to come up with a plan tonight after today, it will be full of holes and flaws. Big holes. Like out in the forest, big holes.
This whole situation is just bringing back some bad memories for me, and it's making it hard for me to look at my options objectively.
Subjectively, how are you looking at it?
That if I don't do something, the result will be worse than if I do. And that sitting and waiting and healing up is just hard for me to do. Hesitating and waiting.
This isn't
are
hesitating.
Hard. Even when they're smart, they're hard.
But don't think of this as hesitating.
You're right. I mean,
this is us making a plan.
Like I said, that's how I'm seeing it subjectively. And it's just hard for me to not see it subjectively in some ways.
I think that trauma has a very direct way of changing how we deal with every step that we take for the remainder of our existence, whatever kind of existence that looks like. And sometimes we can fix it, and sometimes we can address it and change how we walk these paths. And sometimes we have to learn how to sit with that trauma that will always be with us. And we have to learn how to walk these paths alongside it. And whatever that looks like for you, that might be something to think about.
I sure hate just sitting.
I'll go nap then.
Don't think it'll ever change.
Does Darlene sleep for the night?
I think Darlene has a very tough time getting to sleep. She gets up a couple times for several cups of chamomile tea. But I think she eventually finds some amount of restless sleep. But I think before she does that, she's going to use magic to try to heal herself.
Okay.
Good luck,
Roll it.
Yeah. She's going to...
Are you using your regular or using your hex?
No,
one?
she's going to use this might sting.
Okay.
Okay. Remembering my math. Oh, that's right. I had a +1 from before.
Correct.
So that brings me to a 10 even. So there is no scar.
No scar. It still does hurt. And this is the first time you've done it to
It's
yourself,
shirt.
I think, in the canon. So it's
Sure
hurt.
hurts.
You see like the blood just kind of mingling, just coming out of your pores and sinking back in.
But she just sort of decides that she'd rather have a nasty scar than sit around waiting to heal up.
Yeah.
Be ready if she needs to be ready.
Yeah, you heal the 3 harm from that, and then you heal 1 for sleeping for the restless sleeping, but sleeping through the night. So you heal 1 for that. You heal 4 overall.
Okay.
You see, it's around probably close to midnight, and you see. Are you just staring at the front door? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm not like being a creeper. I'm probably playing like solitaire or something.
Okay. Just by the front, like there is like a bay window in the front.
Yeah.
Okay. Around like 11:30, you see Brogy beginning to approach, and he takes the note off the front door and enters, and sees you just still awake at the table. Oh, what's going on? Welcome back. What's going on? It's been a little while.
There's a couple of us who might need to stay here for a little bit.
Okay, I can throw it on top. Are you just chilling here while the construction's happening at Nana's, or?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, can I get who's your rooms are still set up like they were. No one else has come in.
Oh, wow. Great. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, Slate, you need anything?
No, thank you. I am good right here.
Cool. There's DVDs. He like gestures to the stack of DVDs. Among them are Teen Wolf, the originals, the Dresden Files TV series, some random season 4, 7 of Buffy.
Does he have Charmed?
He does have Charmed. Season 2.
She might watch that.
Okay. Yeah, enjoy. I have some popcorn with rosemary you can make.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Night. And he heads up the stairs. And you stay awake. You can heal 1 harm as well.
Yes. Still unstable.
No, I think you're
Oh
still
no, I'm
unstable?
not unstable.
I thought
anymore.
you get stabilized by eating a person.
Yes, that's right. I did. Bless that old woman. Thank you.
Yep. Let's go with Martha. You are driving throughout the night to try to arrive in Hush Hallows. What are you thinking about on this 12-hour drive? And do you stop at all? Or do you drive straight for 12 hours through till like 6 a.m.? 7 a.m.?
She would drive straight through. She would try. And she's thinking about Oak. She's thinking about the last time she saw Oak. She's thinking about all the time she didn't get to see Oak.
What does she listen to?
She is probably listening to NPR. That's always what I listen to when I drive late at night.
Okay. Yeah, you drive through, you continue to drive. We see the pitch black of night as you drive from midnight to 1 a.m., 2 a.m., passing through Illinois, Kansas as you make your way to South Dakota. But back in Hush Hallows at around 10 p.m., Hector, you arrive in front of the Silent Heart Hospital. You see on the front the symbol of a anatomically correct heart with a hand over it like this, holding it with the pointer finger over, extending over the heart.
Hmm. You know, I have to say, Sheriff, that even way back when, the naming conventions of this town are a little bit skewed.
I mean, I think they probably just went with the whole. I wasn't there at the founding. I think they probably just went with the whole, quiet thing and just went a little too hard, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he gets out of the front door and opens the back door again to let you out. Do you have? I mean, I'm gonna come in with you. Do you have like any sort of insurance? I can get you in if you need be.
Probably. And I'm sure he does.
Yeah. He takes you in. A nurse takes you to a room. And then I think the doctor says, okay, what do you need?
Really just some painkillers would be great, actually. A really cold glass of water, actually some coffee would be fantastic.
Coffee, water, and pain meds. What kind of pain? Like scale of 1 to 10? Is it piercing? Is it throbbing?
Really, I'm just like, my shoulders are achy.
Shoulders are achy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go grab a handful of ibuprofen and coffee and water and be back.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he leaves with the sheriff sitting in the chair as you are in the bed.
Cool. I'm just gonna look at my own arm thing. Just to make sure it's something that I could conceivably fix.
Roll fractured memory.
Oh. 8.
Okay, I think as you were like closing your eyes in this bed, taking a moment of the first time you've actually had a chance to rest since this morning. This is the first time you've laid it down, and this whole thing going straight from the fight to the police car, to the police station, to the walking around the woods, to another police car. You finally just lay down and close your eyes for a second, and you see yourself working in your workshop. Like, you see the original design you had. You see improvements you made to that arm as you have worked on it several times over the course of the years. And you have a pretty clear picture in your head that this is not something you got at a hospital. This is something you created and expanded upon over the years.
Mm-hmm. Do I get a sense that I have had to refit it multiple times?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do. Yes. You
okay.
do.
Excellent. Awesome.
In different variations. Yeah. And like, I think your head, it flips and you see like different iterations of the arm, different colors, different shapes, different like ways it works.
One has a gun built into it.
Yeah. One had a gun. One is just full of syringes.
Oh God, it's bad.
And you open your eyes and the sheriff's looking at you. I can't just leave you here. Is there anything else you want?
No. Well, no. No, I'll be okay. I'm fine. I think I'm really tired.
It's probably best you take off. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to take you back to the station or settle tonight. You can take a load off here. Then he looks at your coffee. Did you ask for decaf, or you just gonna pound that and try to?
I hear if you drink it very quickly before going to sleep, it's some of the most restful sleep you ever will have, or it gives you wild terror, night terrors. Either one will be better than today was.
All right. Well, I hope it's the former, not the latter. Good luck. I'll be here. And, nods as you pound coffee, water, and drugs before going to bed.
Yeah.
And you heal one as you sleep, and you sleep fairly all right. I think just no matter how much coffee you drank, you are so physically exhausted and messed up from the course of the day.
Yeah, and I imagine that they gave me that much coffee, which does.
Yeah, they didn't give you like a
nothing.
thermostat full of coffee. They gave you like a tiny paper cup full.
Yep.
And they gave you a lot more water than coffee for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
And they looked over your body and tried to stunt any sort of wounds you had. You can heal. Actually, you can heal too, as you are in a hospital. I'll give you one more.
I am in hospital. I am all better now.
You're stabilized if you were. Everyone should be stabilized now if they were not.
All better. Physically.
For a nice change of pace in this game, everyone is finally stabilized.
It only took me losing an arm to be stable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't take any harm for losing that arm. You just lost the arm.
It's gone.
It's just gone. I'm just taking a break. It is. You all sleep there. Hector, you sleep well. Just come of your injuries. And we go till Sunday morning. It is around 7:30 a.m. None of you are awake yet, except for Martha, who rolls into the quiet, secluded town of Hallows in her Mercedes. Where do you go?
She would use her smartphone to look up the bed and breakfasts in town, because that's the only information she has.
You try to search for a little bit, and you get garbled, like, it cuts in and out. It is a terrible reception in this place. But as you are driving, you pass a place called the Wake and Bake that looks like a nice little B&B. There is a sunshine symbol on the sign and pancakes.
She parks her car in front on the street and puts it in park, and she will just kind of take a deep breath. She looks into her bag and pulls out a .357 Magnum, pops open the barrels and sees that it's loaded, puts it back in her purse. She grabs a dagger out of her glove compartment and puts it in the slot that she has for her in her pant leg and covers the dagger with her pants. She takes a deep breath, gets her purse, and she gets out of the car and cautiously approaches the Wake and Bake, opening the front door.
Okay, you do. You open the front door, and Lucy, you are probably finishing season 3 of Charms.
I'm on season 4 now.
Oh man, killing it. Absolutely. You see a woman, as described, walk through the front door of the Wake and Bake.
I think Martha would look around and see that there's nobody at the front desk.
There isn't even a front desk, I don't think, at the Wake and Bake.
So close to the front door, where is Lucy? I'm assuming
there's the door to the front Wake and Bake. There's like a small counter, not like a front desk, like a small counter where there are some books, and then over that there is the living room area with the TV, the table where Lucy is sitting watching Charmed.
Okay.
And then from beyond that, there's the kitchen, the stairs up, and then a hallway leading to some other rooms. So you see as soon as she enters, you have a direct line of sight.
I think Martha would look over and probably see that Lucy's there, but then just kind of look around and be like, hello? Someone who works here?
Do you need a room?
I don't know yet, but yes, I think I do. Do you work here?
No, but I can momentarily. And she gets up and she looks over. Does she see keys or anything at the desk?
Yeah, there's I don't think it's by the desk. I think it's just it's probably in the kitchen cabinet. There are some keys with room numbers on there.
So I would take one of the ones that we weren't using.
Okay. It's room 3. It's on the first floor, which is not where anyone else is currently.
Okay. If you're comfortable, could I have your name so I could let Brogy is the one who... I'm Lucy. Hello.
Hi. Yes. You need a name?
Just so I can tell Brogy when he wakes up that there's someone staying in room 3, and I'd like to make sure that he has a name. You don't have to tell me everything. You can give me an alias. I just need to give him a name.
Susanna.
Okay, great. She writes it down and hands you the key.
Is there anyone else staying on room 3?
No, you're going to be the only one on that floor. Is there another floor?
Yeah, there's 2 floors.
Okay.
Are there any other rooms on the 3rd floor?
Are there other rooms on the 3rd floor?
The second floor. There's the floor you guys are on, and then one.
No, but are there other rooms on the 1st floor near 3?
Yeah, there's 1 and 2.
Okay.
Oh, can I rent those as well?
Yeah, sure. And she grabs the keys. Do you want the keys, or do you want us just to
I'll take both the keys. All the keys.
There you go.
Thank you. She puts the keys in her bag. I'm looking for someone. They told me to come here. Their name is Oak Williams.
And hearing this, Lucy literally stops moving and slowly looks up at this woman. Did you say Oak Williams?
Yes. Yes, his name's Oak Williams.
Sorry, my brain is just processing this information right now, and sometimes it's a little slow. He's currently hospitalized. I'd be happy to take you to him if you'd like.
No, that won't be necessary.
He's okay. He's okay. He's just recovering.
He's okay, but he's hospitalized and he's recovering.
Yes. How well do you know Oak?
I know him very well. I've known him since he was little.
Are you deeply familiar with his resume?
I don't think he's ever had a job, but he did go to college.
How was that for him?
I heard it was rough.
Okay.
Are you his friend?
I am, yes. Well, yes. Yeah, yes.
He told me that there are people at the bed and breakfast in Hallows that needed help. And he asked me to come help, so I'm here to help.
Oak said this?
In so many words.
Well then, I was hesitant to provide any additional information here because I don't know who you are, and you don't know who I am, and you don't know what the last 24 hours has been like here, or the last week, really. It's been very difficult. I believe those people that he's talking about are us. Yes, Oak is a friend of ours, although that's very hard for me to admit because I just assume that no one wants to be around me. I'm not sure why I'm telling you this right now. I think it's because it's 7:30 in the morning and it's been a very difficult day. Would you like some coffee or?
No. I try not to drink coffee. It keeps me up. That it's okay for you to share. I have that effect on people. You're you do what he does, yes? You're in the business?
Lucy laughs. Sort of. Yes, I am. I just am I have a very specific line of work.
What is so bad that Oak had to call me? What do you need help with?
There are a couple of things. Would you like to sit down to discuss this, or should we stay standing?
Martha,
What do you...
Martha looks back at Lucy. I, I'm very tired. I'd prefer to stay standing.
Okay. I'd be happy to give you the short version, but if you'd like to rest, that's completely fine. We're not going anywhere. There are a couple of different issues. Are you familiar with what exactly happened to Oak so long ago? Okay, well, we'll talk about that later then. I'll have Oak talk to you about that. There is a poltergeist inside of a lumberjack suit from a long time ago, and that nearly killed us. And I'm already dead. So that was very awful. And it is still alive, and I have peered into the soul that is trapped in there, and it is something I have never seen, and I'm in the business of souls. It is dangerous, and it is very deadly, and it needs to go, or this town is going to burn. It has its eyes on a man named Hector, who is currently in police custody.
So Hector's responsible. You said it was a poltergeist? Which means it's angry undead. Which means it seeks out that which is wronged it. So Hector's responsible.
It hates Hector with a vengeance and a hatred I don't think I've ever felt.
Understood. Have you identified its weaknesses?
The woman upstairs who is sleeping did quite a number on it, and I think she removed one of its main things that it did. I think she was able to stop it from being able to do that again, but we're not sure. Sure felt like it, though, for her, which was draining the life force out of other things. And other than that, I am not sure what its weaknesses are. We would have to speak more closely with Oak. I was not here when they really discovered it.
We shouldn't trouble him. Do you have... I didn't bring my books with me. I didn't bring that much of my equipment with me. Do you have books?
We, in fact, do have an entire library. I'm not sure we can access it, but perhaps you might be able to get us there. The police have quartered off. I don't know if they're still there, but that's why we're here now. There's a house that we were staying at on the other side of town, on the outskirts, that was run by an older woman who is in the business, and she has quite the setup. She's got a whole library.
Martha, looks around. Well, if it's a poltergeist and it was capable of taking all of you on at once, that means it's, fully manifested or inhabiting something very dangerous?
And it's been there for a while. More years, we're not sure. 20 to 30, maybe. I don't know. He doesn't remember. He has very serious amnesia. He was in a coma for 30 years, maybe. We're not sure. He's not sure. No one's sure.
30 years.
There's a whole lot of stuff missing from his brain.
Okay. I'll see what I brought with me, but let me see. Oh, without my books, it's a little harder. I'd like to kind of see what Martha knows about poltergeists. Ty.
Sure. What are you going to roll for that?
Sharp!
Cool. Roll it up.
You just know it's going to be trash, y'all. Hey, 11!
11, that's good. Are you using a specific move or just kind of the...
It's just
mystery?
sharp. Yeah, just like an
Okay, yeah.
mystery.
I think most of what you said has been accurate. The things all the typical stuff about poltergeists. The weaknesses for sure one of them is helping them achieve whatever they want to achieve on Earth to get them off of this plane is one of them.
Yes.
Beyond that, the one thing that does stand out in the story as being odd is this long of a specific possession. That is not something you've heard of before. They tend to come and go or inhabit things, switch it around. But one specific poltergeist inhabiting a like vessel for 30 years is not something that you've ever encountered. Other weaknesses, you could try anything. You could try anything magically enchanted might help a little bit. If you could hollow a ground, that might help in some manner. Those are what jump out to you immediately.
Awesome. Is it fair to say that if it's been at the same, if it's been in the same thing for that long, that it's being bound to that thing?
I think you would assess. You could assess that. Yeah. I think you would know in your experiences. Poltergeists have a specific strength of being able to possess something, like throw it, then get out of that thing, move into something else. That's one of their strengths. There's no reason for it to be bound to, especially a mascot outfit. Doesn't seem to make sense.
Yeah, I will
on purpose.
So I would give Lucy the rundown and communicate all that.
Well, I can tell you that we're all pretty weak right now. But we know this is something that needs to be taken care of sooner rather than later because it has made contact with Hector again. So I would guess it's going to be tracking him down pretty readily.
Where is Hector again? He's in custody, did you say?
Yes.
Do you know where he's being held?
I'd assume I do. I think there's only one police.
There's only one police department here.
Okay.
Police station.
Well, I would assume that he is at the police station. He was pretty badly injured, so I don't know if they're caring for him there or if they took him to the hospital or clinic.
Where's this hospital? What's it called?
The Silent Heart Hospital?
That's a very peculiar name for a hospital.
It's a terrible name for a hospital. My heart is silent. That is not what a living person's heart should be.
I wonder if they'll let us talk to him.
To Oak? Or to Hector?
To Hector.
Well, if you could give me a list of questions and I could walk through the walls to him, but otherwise, yes, we would have to try to get through them.
No, that's okay. I can go.
Okay. Do you need help with your things?
No, I'll get them.
Would you like water or anything?
I'm going to take a nap, and then once I'm done with the nap, I'm going to the hospital to talk to Hector.
All right. Well, by all means, I'll be here.
Thank you for your help, Lucy.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that you are here under these circumstances, but I am deeply appreciative that you came.
Good. Okay.
I think at this point, Darlene had started awake very suddenly because she had a thought, either in sleep or while she was waking up. She starts up. Her hair is, in curlers and in rollers, and she's in her pajamas, and she usually doesn't run out of her room in this sort of state, but she rushes out and she's like, Lucy, we need to get to the hello? Sorry.
This is Darlene.
The one you mentioned.
Yes.
Hi. I'm Martha.
Hello, Martha. Nice to meet you. I apologize for my state of undress and appearance. Lucy, that thing that I did here, I think we need to do it somewhere else where other people might be.
Oh, no, you can talk about whatever you need to talk about here. Although, Martha, if you need to go, please, by all means. Don't let us hold you up. Please take your nap. If you wish.
I'm here to help.
Oh, okay. Great. Perfect. This place is warded, but where Oak isn't. I think we should ward the hospital.
Warded? Are you a magician? A spellcaster?
Yes.
The hospital isn't warded, did you say?
Well, not by me, and not against this specific thing that we are concerned about at this moment. I'm sorry, I've had a rough night.
It's okay. I was going to head there myself anyway.
Okay. Well, this place should be safe, at least from that particular threat.
I think we'll have a easy time. We should be able to get. I should be able to get to Hector.
Okay. Okay. Oh shit. We really need to get to the hospital.
I'll drive.
Lucy, if Hector was hurt, I didn't think about this last night. If Hector was hurt and he gets taken to the hospital, that whole hospital is at risk. And I care about those people in a way I don't care about those police. We should ward that place. And we should do it now. She like very, very like abruptly kind of wheels around and says, "I'll get my coat," and goes to get herself in a state of dressed so that she can leave. Nice to meet you, Martha.
Martha, do you unpack it all, or are you just heading there? Do you and Lucy head in the car?
I would take my car and head there. Yep.
Okay. Do you wait for? Are you taking the car with them, or are you just leaving by yourself first?
I would wait for them.
Okay.
I might take them.
Yeah, the three of you quickly get in the car and head to Silent Heart Hospital.
Okay. Once Martha gets there, and she's gonna go to like she keeps like a duffel bag of supplies, and she's gonna pull out a white lab coat, and she's gonna put it on.
Lucy's gonna lean over to Darlene. Oh, I think I like her.
I was muted, sorry. How did Darlene leans back over to Lucy and says, "How did
It's a long story. We'll talk about it. Oak Center.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Martha, you walk in first.
Mm-hmm.
And you are greeted by the receptionist.
Mm-hmm. I think Martha would smile. She says, "I'm here to see a patient, Hector Bartholomew. I've been granted rights at the hospital," and I'd show her my badge.
Yep. Roll convince.
8.
Mixed success. She looks at the badge and then she types on the computer a little bit and says, all right, yeah, you can take a look. But he is under arrest. There is an officer in there with him, so he won't be able to leave.
That's why I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, he's room 608. And she kind of, do you need me to walk you all the way down, or and she kind of gestures on the map where it is?
I think I can find it.
All right. And then she sits back.
Darlene leans over to Lucy. Yes, I think I'm in agreement.
Okay. Martha, you walk down the hallway. You see other patients, other nurses, some doctors give you a passing glance, as there are not many out-of-towners here. You make your way to 608 and you open the door and you see a sheriff still in his uniform, hat kind of over his eyes, and you see a older man, shock white hair, in a hospital gown, laying in bed, still asleep.
Martha would walk up to the officer who is guarding Hector, and she would say, "I am Dr. Martha Williams. I am here to see the patient."
He starts awake. He starts awake. Oh, pleasure to meet you, Miss Moth. I'm Ernest Honeycuff. I'm here looking over Mr. Bartholomew. He's currently in a little bit of issues with the law, but yeah, feel free. And he nods.
I step over and then I look at Ernest. I'm like, "You can't be this close to the patient while I talk to them about their vitals. It violates HIPAA."
Yeah, of course, Mandy. And he's just posted outside the front door as far as you can tell.
And then I would start doing vitals on Hector, and then wake him up.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You notice there is like a mechanical kind of like insert on from like his shoulder down. He is missing his right arm. There are odd like eye-shaped scars, I believe, on his chest and back right now. Mm-hmm. And over that, his vitals are holding. I mean, he's got a steady heartbeat currently. And you wake Hector up. Hector, you see this unknown doctor in a lab coat standing above you.
Good morning.
Hector, you need to remain calm. I am Dr. Martha Williams. I'm here to help you. Yes, Williams. I'm Oak's aunt.
Do you know how he is?
Martha will kind of say in a raised voice, "Oh, he is very injured," and then she'll go back to speaking quietly. He's fine. I'm sure he's fine. You being here is putting everyone in this hospital at danger, and I need you to tell me what we need to do in order to get you out of here.
Well, really, it's the inconvenience of I'll point to the chair and see that the sheriff's not in the chair. The sheriff, was here. He was here. They have a warrant, it's an old warrant from a while ago, but things happened in my past. That's really the only thing, legal things are keeping me here currently. I feel fine.
Is there anything you can tell the sheriff or give the sheriff so that he'll leave you alone or let you go?
Well, I tried to convince him that ghosts were real, and then I lost an arm. I don't know why. I don't really know. I tried convincing them that I didn't really do anything, or that I didn't remember doing anything, or anything like that. They didn't really believe me. So,
Well, maybe since we're here, we can convince him.
we?
She'll gesture over to Lucy and Darlene, who are probably somewhere in the foreground. I don't know.
They didn't enter the room. They didn't enter with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The two women that I met, Lucy and Darlene.
Oh! Oh, I'm glad they're okay. Are they okay? Are they okay?
They're fine.
Okay.
Lucy presents with what I would say is probably some sort of associative disorder or antisocial personality disorder. But other than that, she is fine.
You're very interesting, and I would love to have talks with you. What sort of idea do you have to persuade the sheriff to allow me to? Should I just tell him I'm gonna be in town and I won't be around anything that could be flammable?
I don't know. I have a couple thoughts. Okay. Please stay here.
I'll do my best.
Martha is going to go over to Ernest Honeycuff.
Yeah.
Patient presents with a mild concussion, Mr. Honeycuff. And they are complaining of ghosts.
Yeah. Yes. The Mr. Bartholomew did tell me he was concerned about some worldly affairs that he was going to try to take me to come see, but it was a fruitless endeavor.
Do you believe in ghosts, Mr. Honeycuff?
I think he pauses for a minute and kind of purses his lips. I like to think I believe what I see, generally speaking, and I haven't seen any yet, but I consider myself open-minded, yes.
And if... Okay. Thank you. I will be back momentarily. I have to go get... I have to do a consultation.
All right.
And then Martha's going to go back to Lucy and Darlene and explain that we need to give Ernest a ghost or something along those lines. Wait, I'll wait for Lucy to volunteer herself.
When you say a ghost, do you... Ow! Dude, you're such a dick. I mean...
Probably any creature of the spectral nature will do. Ernest is not he's a layman, so he'll be convinced by anything that can possess others, float objects, glide through walls.
I volunteer as tribute?
Are you a ghost, Lucy?
I'm a reaper.
Oh, excellent. So you can face through walls?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I don't know this Honeycuff that well, but that's the information I have.
So unfortunately, he knows my face. Does that matter?
In order to get Hector out of this hospital, we either have to show Honeycuff, prove Honeycuff that the world isn't what it seems, or we have to get everyone out of the hospital. Which the second sounds much more problematic than the first.
10-4. I will go scare a cop.
All right. Lucy walks down the hallway alone. Are you going with Martha or not?
I'm going with.
Okay. Darlene, you are left alone to do the warding.
Oh, great. That bodes very well.
Oh, boy, howdy.
Oh, no.
Where do you do that? Where do you go to do this?
We're doing magic in a boiler room again.
Solid.
The old classic.
There aren't any throats this time, unfortunately. Well, there's a lot of patience if you want to get creative.
No, that's okay. Darlene is not ready to start fucking with patients here. Okay. Yeah, I think Darlene is just gonna try to find some secluded place where she can do this warding.
Yeah, there's there's an empty room for sure, a patient room, or you could find the boiler room. It would take a little bit more time, but you could.
She needs to not be interrupted or accidentally seen.
Then for sure the boiler. Yeah, you go to.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
In the basement,
some sort of maintenance room in the basement or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're in there alone. What are you doing to ward?
A little bit of the same.
Okay.
But it's a bigger building, so it probably
sure
takes a little longer and a bit more energy.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit more energy, and we'll talk about what happens. Roll it. Roll it.
+1 forward.
+4, baby. Get it.
So 9.
Okay. What glitch? Yeah, you choose the glitch, and I choose what effect it has. Which glitch are you choosing?
Right? Yes. 5 + 4 is 9. Yes, 9. Okay. Oh boy. Oh no. I have to pick a glitch.
Sure do.
I don't want it to be weakened or of a short duration. I think that I think I'm just gonna take 1 harm.
Okay. Sure, you take 1 harm.
I don't want things to happen to the patients in this hospital. I'm gonna take the harm.
That's actually fair. Yeah.
Blood magic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
that's actually fair.
Draws immediate unwelcome attention. Not good for the people in this hospital. Has a problematic side effect. Probably not good for people in this hospital.
Wait,
I'll take harm.
Wait, but because of the hex thing, do you actually take the harm?
Oh, that's a good point.
Look at that real quick. Look at that.
You're
like some janitor down the hall takes it. Oh no!
My gout.
The power comes from somewhere, and it's not exactly you.
That's.
Well, it never affects you directly if there's someone else around it. You need to kind of specify that you're like by yourself. So.
Okay, so
it hurts a swarm of rats. I'm kidding. It's me. I'll take the harm.
Okay. No, I did like the janitor.
Yeah,
but no.
janitor.
Like the idea of the janitor is just passing down the hallway.
Janitor dies, and Lucy's like, "Excuse me, one moment."
I just gotta play real quick. No, for this one you do take the 1 harm as your ward. Similar, it kind of shimmers through the building. It feels a little different and doesn't quite feel as it is. You can tell it's working and it's up, but it doesn't feel quite as secure as Roji's does.
And
it feels different.
Okay.
But you feel like you did successfully ward this place currently from Lumberjack. Lucy, you walk up to Sheriff Ernest Hennicuff.
Yeah, I think what I would do is I would first, before I would go in, would ask Martha where in the room he's located. Is he in the room again?
Yeah, he walked back. Once Martha left, he walked back in the room.
Okay. If she saw where he was like sitting in there. And then once I knew that, I think I would wait for an opening and I would make myself incorporeal, but is there a way for me to do it that you kind of see the outline of like a skeleton? Can I choose to do that?
Sure. I think you can appear more skeletal if you want to.
And I will walk into the room.
Yep, you see this roll 2d6.
Oh, do I add anything or am I just rolling?
Neutral it.
Okay. Okay. 7.
Yeah, you walk in and you see like he looks at you for a second, like looks back to Hector, and then like double takes and looks back again, like stands up, hand close to his gun, and he like gets close to Hector. Is this what you're talking about?
And I'm gonna keep walking towards him.
Oh yeah, he's got his gun all the way.
And I'm gonna lean in a little close and say, "Boo," and then walk out the other side.
Okay. Roll. Okay. Roll a convince.
Roll convince.
Hector's, by the way, a little bit terrified because this is not. Is that right?
Do you say any? He asked you. He's like, "Is this what you're talking about?"
He's just like, huh?
11.
Good. Yeah. His gun is pointed, but he does not shoot. As you exit the room.
He
rubs.
I don't remember that one.
I did. I mean, I have slept in a chair, and I'm not feeling well. But is that what is plaguing you as of?
Well, that one is new, but things
Multiple.
like that.
Multiple ghosts.
Well, there's lots of
ghasts?
different kinds of things which we don't have to go into. But
I mean, we
things like that.
we probably should if there's a bunch of these things coming after you.
Well, okay. Now? Here. Now?
Well, I wasn't. I mean, if it he peeks out the window, gun pressed against, trying to look for Lucy. Lucy, where do you go after you walk out the door?
Is there a window to this room by chance?
Yeah, that's what he's looking out of.
Oh, I think I would probably, are there people around? Are there other people outside?
There's a couple people. There's not like a huge clutter of people, but there are like patients and nurses and doctors milling about.
I think I would probably turn around and just like stand there and stare at him in the absolute creepiest possible way that I can muster. And
His
stare
eyes-
at... Okay, go ahead.
His eyes narrow a little bit. I think it's that. What's your friend, Miss Lucy? I did talk to her once. She's just staring at you all. Staring at me. Staring at you? He peeks open the door. Do you want to see your friend, or...
I walked outside through the other side of the room where there's not a door.
Oh, then
As a ghost.
No,
Yeah.
he thinks he just looked out to see where the ghost... Oh, you walked through the door?
Yeah, I walked right through the room.
Yeah, he can't really do anything. So he would still look out the window and panic and see you.
And then I'm just going to turn and walk away. And then I'll go back around and meet the rest of them.
Oh, you don't want to see... All right. Well, I saw your friend out there.
In my experience, guns don't work a whole lot against these things. Just as a kind of a piece of advice.
What does work then?
You know, that's a great question. Sometimes fire.
I mean, they ain't exactly handing out, flamethrowers at the local PD.
No, but sometimes things burn down when you're trying to get rid of other things. Do you understand what I'm implying?
Yeah, roll convince. Something will happen no matter what you do.
Well, it's a 7.
Okay. Yeah, then he looks very serious, hands still like white knuckling this gun, and says, all right, if you know ways we can combat this skeletal ghostly nonsense. I mean, I've only seen it once, but my eyes will be open now. I think perhaps I can work something out to shuffle this arson under the rug, but I will need you to provide at least me with some sort of weaponry.
That I can do. It might take me a minute to make it, but I can definitely get something.
All right. He almost offers his right hand, but then switches and offers you his left for your left.
Yay.
And you shake hands. And he nods and he says, I'll wait outside if you want to redress, and we can head on out of here.
Hector does so, awkwardly, with one arm.
Okay. You get dressed and you head out to meet the rest of Martha, Lucy, and Darlene as she comes up from like a stairwell.
An emergency exit hatch.
Good.
She's wiping a trickle of blood off her nose. It's
Hello,
done.
everyone. Yeah. What?
Hmm?
What do you do? What'd you do?
Is the sheriff in
He,
this?
I think after he escorts you, he gives Hector a pointed nod and says, "I'm being in touch,"
Okay.
and kind of salutes and walks out.
Goodbye.
I warded that hospital since where we had the thing bound before is burned down, and I don't think the bindings will hold while the building is burned.
Oh.
It depends on how much the foundation of the building itself is still intact, but it's iffy, and I didn't want to take the risk. So this hospital is hopefully warded. It was very difficult for me to do on such short notice and with such limited access to supplies and stuff, but hopefully the hospital's warded, and hopefully and what's it called, the Wake and Bake is warded. So
he'll point to Martha and then point to y'all. Has anyone checked in with Oak? Is he okay?
Oak was, I want to say Darlene probably went by Oak's room and he was sleeping. Matthew, what do you think?
Yeah, he is fucking spent.
Yeah. Oak is asleep, and I did not think it was good to try to wake him. He's probably sedated, and even if he isn't, his body needs that rest. I should know. I went through something similar very recently, just last week, in fact. I sure slept for 4 or 5 days.
9 days ago.
Why does it hurt? Because it was real.
His body needs that rest, and I just didn't want to wake him or worry him.
Okay, good. We should be fine to go back to the lodge. We should be fine. I really need to go back there. The police should be fine. It should be fine.
Is that where
you all notice upon approach that Hector's arm is missing? His right arm is gone. There's a loose sleeve hanging by the side.
I got some work I need to do.
Is that where the library is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I
just kind of pointedly look at the other two, like, ha.
Was that confiscated?
No, I don't think anything was. No, they couldn't get into the. No.
Cops can't get into the
for sure no one can get. Yeah, no cops can get into into the freezer, into the bunker.
Yeah, they can get into the barbecue place. They can't get into the secret.
This.
Yes.
Heck. Well, let's a discussion for another time. Another place.
Do you normally have a prosthetic?
Yes.
Okay.
And you guys make your way out of the Silent Heart Hospital into the morning of Hush Hallows Sunday. The bell at the Fellowship of the Hushed Hands Church chimes as it reaches 9 o'clock. The symbol of the heart with the finger over it behind you as you make your way to the El Camino and Mercedes and begin to head to Nana's Fat Slabs. And the camera fades away. And we fade back in to a slightly dark hospital room, illuminated by an out-of-place Himalayan sea salt lamp. Oak Williams lays unconscious in bed. We see his tree-shaped scar peeking out from his slightly open robes. His other exposed flesh seemingly devoid of the burn scars one might suspect for all these recent encounters. As the camera slowly zooms in closer, his chest rising and falling.
No.
The last thing we see before we fade to black is his left arm twitch. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what?
Remember you said
I don't like it. I don't like this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
To say
Excuse me, Matthew,
to
but-
say I saw this coming would be an understatement.
Did you plan with?
Nope.
Okay, God.
I just knew it would happen.
Okay, so the blame lies solely on Ty then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ty's gonna steal 2 arms in 2 sessions.
let's have a full
Give
set.
me all of your arms.
We didn't deal with that in time. Okay, great.
I don't know about in time, but it's not dealt with.
Times that way. Yeah, like I said, there are clocks going on at times. Everyone, that's it. That's it for today. Everyone, go on, say your name, where we can find you, and your favorite moment. Let's start with Hector Bartholomew.
Hello, that's me. But also, I'm Maria. You can find me at Happy Capster all over the internet. Also here on Twitch, where I'm streaming more than I have before. On my personal channel, you can also find me at Mythos Mystery Society. Next weekend, we have Mythos Con. It's going to be great and fun. We have games going on from the 16th through the 18th. Come hang out and see all the cool, spoopy things that we're going to do. My favorite moment of the night was the comment I tried to clip, which was Lucy asking Darlene if she was asking about losing her flesh body, and I said to myself, I feel that in my soul. It was very good. It was very, very good. Emma.
Hello. I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. You can find me here on Tuesdays, and you can find me over at Mythos Mystery Society relatively regularly. And join us for MythosCon next weekend. It's going to be a wide range of spoopy. We're going to have really funny spoopy and really horrific spoopy. Let's see, my favorite moment from this evening. I think my favorite moment from this evening was when Martha and Lucy were talking, and Martha was talking about poltergeist and just like, so it means this, and then it means this, which means this is going to happen, so we need to do this. And I was like, yep, that sounds good. Yep. I think that was my favorite moment. So Matthew.
That's me. Hi. Make sure I'm muted. Yeah. Hi, I am Matthew Foreman. You can find me at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. I played Dr. Martha Williams, MD, tonight. My favorite moment, I was vibing. Ty and I talked. He's like, you might not be able to do anything today. I'm like, I'm vibing. I'm just showing up. I don't care. And so I was like, the first half, I was just like chilling, listening. I really liked the conversation. That's my way of saying I really like the conversation between Lucy and Darlene, which is like a conversation about what kind of life you can take and how, what's the role of power. And then Lucy just being like, you could torture small animals. That's not what she said, but that is like the force and effect. So that was awesome. That was a good moment. Alexis?
Hi, I am Alexis. You can find me at Vox Fanato here. I played Darlene this evening, and this is where you can find me. I am doing some new content with Emma for this month of spoopiness. So one of the things that you can look forward to is occasional Grand Hag watch parties. Grand Hag's watch, where Emma and I will, be as Emma was discussing earlier, we will be coming with our critiques and our notes. So be prepared. We'll be watching some good Halloween content. And we have more stuff coming down the pipelines for you to pay attention to. So make sure you're in our Discord for notifications and updates as they come. And following us on our socials, because we'll be posting there when we're going live with things and updates when they're available. My favorite moment tonight, I think, was the tattoo, the arm thing at the end with Oak. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But the cinematics are just story-wise, it's very good. I don't like being the character in the story. But I like the way the story's going. It's a very, very good moment. And I hate it and I love it. Ty.
I'm Ty. You can find me here. You can find me at Baller and Brawler on Twitter and over at Mythos Mystery Society, where we just finished up the Miracle Cure 4-part Call of Cthulhu session. We might do something this weekend. I don't know yet. And next weekend is Mythos Con, where we have games Friday, Saturday, Sunday of a variety of styles and spookiness and comedy, a wide array. My favorite, before we do that, let's do end of session. Did they conclude the current mystery? No. Did they save someone from certain death? Not someone that wasn't a hunter. Did we learn something new or important about the world? What did you learn? Anything?
I think that we confirmed once and for all that that the sheriff is not in on it. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know shit about the supernatural.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll buy that.
That's good.
And did we learn something new or important about one of the hunters? For sure. Oak, yeah. And we learned that Martha exists. So you get 1 XP.
Delightful.
Nice.
Does warding an entire hospital not count as saving people from certain death?
You don't know. You don't know if he was coming. Maybe.
Do you want to do your favorite moment, Ty?
Yeah, my favorite moment from tonight was taking Hector's arm, and the fact that he's done this several, lost his arm and made new ones all throughout. Not something that was planned, but I like that playing out because it seems very Hector-ish.
That is funny.
Now, my question is, have you planned to take that arm for a while?
No, actually, I didn't plan to take it the first time. It was never created with having a robot arm. That was something that happened in play.
Good. Love it.
We'll all lose
I
arms
do like
by
the rules
end
of just
this.
losing arms and making new ones. Just something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
He got it stuck in a blender one day.
You're like George Lucas, but with arms. Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and rate off the table. I forgot to do, as a reminder, please follow Dice Priority. Subscribe if you can. I think at Happy Capture you gifted someone a subler. Thank you so much for doing that. A very sweet little bean. Thank you so much for the support, folks, and we're going to send the love over to Off the Table. So go ahead and join the raid, get them channel points, and, tune in for Dice Priority's content. And thanks so much. Bye.
Eee.